welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, August 2nd, and the question you are asking yourself today is the same one Maggie is asking herself. Is Shane McMahon AEW
Oh,
bound?
stop it. Why are we starting with that?
I just wanted to see your face, that's why. But no, how is everyone doing this SummerSlam weekend? We are glad you were here. We are glad to talk wrestling because this is what we do. This is what we love to do. I'm pumped that you are all here because we are back on Friday. It's weird when we do a show on a different day, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is because it messes with my week. And my last week was pretty messed up to begin with. And us having our show on a Saturday did not help whatsoever. So I'm so glad to be back on Friday. Uh do, like do you want to tell our wonderful folks how you're doing, or should I start?
You go ahead.
Oh, so guys, hi. I I love my hometown, except for for the rare occasions that our dumpster site right next to our city gets lit on fire, and there's smoke all over our city. It's like a straight out Stephen the uh it's like a Stephen King movie, okay, made by his novels. And mist everywhere, like smell of burnt rubber.
Mm.
Okay, because and this happened early in the morning today. So I wake up for my day shift, and the doors, all the windows are closed. So I get up barely. By the way, I'm half asleep. So I go to, my living room and just slightly open the window and go brush my teeth, do my skincare morning routine and everything. So I go back to the living room and it smells like burnt rubber, and it's a dumpster site, okay?
Okay.
And immediately I started worrying that one of my appliances is on fire because it smells really, really bad as if it's right here. And then it took me some time to realize that it's coming from the outside. So because all my shades are down, I don't see anything outside my window. So I go to close the window and get a glimpse of everything that's outside. It's fucking smoke, okay? All over my city. And I'm like, okay, here we go. This is the end. This is what we trained for. I was so pumped and I was like, yeah, here we go. This is the end, my friend. Yay. I'm so
Uh,
glad I shaved last night and everything. I'm brand new. Okay. I'm ready is that it? And then I see on the news that, dumpster site is on fire. And I'm like, well, damn it. The truth is that there has been a lot of fires in my home city. Like the last couple of months, a lot of fires. And this is kind of concerning. But like I got, you know, a bit distracted, and I just couldn't get enough sleep today. So luckily we get to be on the show together, Rob, and talk about really, really exciting stuff.
yeah.
And yeah, we can start with SummerSlam because it's actually exciting and
Yeah, it is.
everything, but like we'll get to everything afterwards. But like let me just do my shtick so we can start, talking. Guys, hi, thank you for joining us. We appreciate the crap out of you. Leave a like on the podcast, please. It helps us out a lot. It helps people find us in the algorithm. Like all the videos on Fightful, the Overbooked, like we have a really, really wonderful team here. If you would like to support us with your wallets, please, you can send a super chat at the bottom of the live YouTube chat. It's the little dollar sign. You can also send a humper chat at humperchats.com. If you're watching on any other streaming platform apart from YouTube, subscribe to Fightful Select. It is SummerSlam weekend. Sean is on site. We all keep our fingers crossed for him to get constipated and not yes, and not be able to take a huge dump in the Cleveland Stadium. He told me he's not constipated, and I'm like, give it time. Like, what? Like, don't rush it. Just don't rush it. And yes, you'll be getting a lot of scoops about SummerSlam from Sean. Um, Again, subscribe to Fightful Select. We do have a free tier. You get a lot on the free tier, like a lot of injury updates. Um, icky stuff about trials that are still going on right now. You also get all the headlines for the legitimate Fightful Select on the free tier. So you can figure out for yourself that it is actually worth each and every penny. And with that, hi guys, let's start
All
talking
right.
about wrestling.
Yeah, might
Please.
as well start. And usually, since we'll go into the SummerSlam predictions, we'll go ahead and just do the SummerSlam go home show for SmackDown tonight. Preview that a little bit. Tonight you got dipshit Logan Paul.
Yes.
Tonight he's going to talk in his hometown, Cleveland. So we got that going on. You also have women's tag team match: Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill taking on.
Is it for the titles?
Yes, it is for the titles.
Why
So,
doesn't it say that it's for the titles?
according to WWE.com, it's for the titles. Let me just double
No,
check
I
here.
know, I
Oh,
remember it's for the titles,
oh,
but like the
gotcha.
graphic doesn't say so.
Oh, yeah. Alba
Yeah.
Fire and Isla Dawn for the women's tag team titles. So you also have. How about I just remove this? We also have the WWE Men's SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa defending their titles against the Bloodlines, Tamatanga and Jacob Fatu. And Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes will have a face-off.
Yes, they
So
will.
yeah, got that going on. So that's what's advertised right now. Maggie, just quick question: do you see either tag team title switching hands tonight?
Um, I actually do. I no way. I really have no idea.
I'm hope.
I was about to say that I can see the women's tag team championships changing hands, but it will make zero sense. Um, I mean, both sets of titles changing hands will make zero sense because, like, DIY just got those, and like Rob and I both adore DIY, and we root for DIY every time. Are you checking up your mic because Ryan
Yeah,
told you to turn it up? It's fine.
yeah. I'm just checking that out.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I don't think that, that crowd won't burn down the building if Johnny Gargano loses tonight. I mean, I understand, but I feel like WWE has a lot of work to put in to the tag team division, both men and women's tag team divisions.
People are saying they
And
can't hear
they,
me.
what?
People are saying they can't hear me. More than one
Really? I
person.
can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
I can hear you just fine. If our fans can hear you, that's a totally different situation. Guys, please tell us if you can hear Rob. Um,
Yeah, we'll find out here in a second.
yes. Yeah. So I don't know actually. There's some women's tag teams in NXT that are also targeting Alba and Isla. Metaphor, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson. They both said that they were going to go after the women's tag team championships. So that's also kind of interesting. I just wonder at one point do our technical difficulties just cease to exist? Because like last week it was me and my headphones, and this week it's you and your mic. The weird thing is that I can hear you just fine,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
people cannot hear you. I have no idea what is
Yeah, I don't know.
what's that all about.
I'm gonna go out and back in, see if that helps.
Sure, yeah, you can leave me like everyone does. Like
Shit, it'd probably be better for the show if I leave. So we'll see.
no, like come back like faster. Like, just do your thing and I'm gonna distract myself, okay? With
Okay,
our wonderful chat.
I'll be
I'm gonna
right
be
back.
alone with the chat. Like that's always a good idea.
Yes.
Yes. Let's see who is in the chat right now. Jade is here. Hi, sweetie. I know that you missed us last week. I'm sorry, but it was really important for me to attend that music festival, and that's why we had to push our show for Saturday. We could have done Sunday, but I really just wanted to go home from work after Sunday and just die on my couch. Like this was the only thing I wanted to do. Scott, hi. Thank you for joining us this Friday. I know that you also missed the show last week and you had to catch up. It's always a pleasure to see both Corey and Supi in the chat. They are two of my favorites. They're also one of my biggest supporters, so that's always wonderful to see. Yeah, but like Supi, I can actually read the super chats, but I do not have StreamYard access because Sean is constipated in Cleveland and cannot give me access. So that's fine. I'm gonna bug Sean for access to this amazing platform one day or another. But probably when he's not that busy, which is never. He's either working or spending 3 hours on the Stairmaster. Like that's gonna help him beat up someone. This. Jet is here. Hi, hi. Yeah, wish you can hop in because Rob is having technical difficulties. Again, like this, I swear to God, every podcast on Fightful. First, it's Kay with her internet, then it's me with my wonderful new headphones, and then it's Rob with his microphone.
Okay, let's try this. How's this? How's this?
I can hear you way
Yeah.
better now.
Okay.
I can hear
Well,
you way better. Someone in the chat, please tell us if you can hear Rob better this time or at all, because apparently they couldn't have hear you.
we'll
Oh,
see.
much better. Thank you,
Much
Ryan,
better.
sweetie.
Cool. All
Yes,
right.
we
There
can
we are.
actually start with the show now
Let's do it. Okay. Well, we
because
got two
I
super
ramble
chats.
on for 5 minutes. Okay, never leave me again.
Well, Ryan just coming in with a bang with "Here Comes the Money." There you go. That was probably for you, Maggie. Van Twinblade, thank you, sir. Good to see you in here. Says super chat for LA Knight to take out Logan tonight. So,
Um, I I know why people want this to happen to Logan, and I'm completely fine with that because I saw the discourse. The thing is, I would much rather LA Knight beat the crap out of him at SummerSlam and win the championship. So I don't mind Logan getting the upper hand tonight. Like it's for the better good. Just because
yeah,
Yes.
there you go. So let's go
Thank
into.
you, sweetie, for the super chat.
Yes, thank you guys very much for the super
Keep
chat.
them coming. Thank you for the support. Let's
Yes,
start with SummerSlam.
yes, let's do it. Super chats always help us, and let's get started with a little SummerSlam predictions action. As I always start before we get into the predictions, I suck at these, so don't take anything as I say as verbatim. So you should know this by now if you've watched our show before. It is what it is. Just whatever you do, do not take my advice if you are gambling. So let's start with this one. La Knight taking on Logan Paul for the United States heavyweight or United States Championship.
It's
Will
LA's night. LA Knight's night,
will LA Knight,
obviously.
aka La Knight, win his long-awaited title, singles title that we thought he'd win a while ago, but
Yeah.
will he finally get it done, Maggie?
I'm gonna bet my money on yes. Like I feel like this is the LA Knight's moment. This is his night. And this is one of the rare occasions because I kind of feel like Logan Paul will get booed out of the building ever, even though he's from there, like hometown curve or whatever advantage. He's gonna get booed out of the building, not for anything that he said yesterday. They boo him either way, even if he didn't say whatever the hell crap he said anyway. Um, so I Here's the question though, because like LA Knight is a babyface, correct?
Yes.
Everyone loves LA Knight. Yeah, his song
Yeah.
is so yes, it's so incredibly generic song, which is so good. Like songs don't need to be incredibly complex in order to fit into the character of someone. I love his song. It's really good. It's him. Um, so what's next for LA Knight after he wins the United States Championship? Like, let's assume that he's gonna feud some more with Logan Paul. Uh, Thank you, Corey. I wish I understand what that means, but I know shit
It's a
about
video game. Like,
video games. Yes, I know GTA. Yeah. Um, short for Grand Theft Auto, right?
yeah, you got it.
Cookie. Where's my cookie?
It's probably at
uh,
the store.
yes, yes. Um, So you gotta wonder what's next for LA Knight after that, because he's a babyface, and we all know WWE's reputation of booking babyfaces, which are incredibly over. And LA Knight went over even like despite um their creative for LA Knight, if I can express myself that way. What do you think happens? You're muted. You're muted.
Okay, Madonna. You said express yourself, so there you go. Um, that was for you. Anyways,
Respect yourself. Hey, hey.
so
Continue.
yeah, LA Knight wins. LA Knight wins. I know, like he's due for this title. They need to just do it. They just need to put that title on him. And I know somebody is gonna try to help Logan Paul again, and that's fine. Let him help. It's not gonna work. I don't know who's. Maybe somebody helps LA Knight. I don't know, but I just think the time, in the word to your guy John Cena, the time is now. Um, well, John Cena's more my guy, but anyways, LA Knight's gonna get this victory. I feel it, and I think it's time. So, sounds like we both agree on this one.
Yeah.
We move on to Bayley and Nia Jax. Bayley's defending her SmackDown Women's Championship.
Is it a SmackDown Women's Championship? It's not. It's like a
Oh my god.
world champion,
Yeah.
like women's champ. It's
Yeah, thank you. I
something.
always they confuse the hell out of me now with the title names and stuff.
I
So
understand.
they
The
did it on.
women's title. Yes.
Yeah. I think Nia wins, and I think she loses too. I think Tiffy Time is walking out of
Mm-hmm.
SummerSlam with that title.
Okay.
What do you think?
Um, I do think that Nia Jax is gonna beat Bayley, but thank you, Marky. Um, but I don't think that Tiffany cashes in because they just kind of destroyed her briefcase, and Nia Jax teased that she's gonna get a new briefcase for Tiffany. So I suppose they're gonna spend some time with a visual of the new briefcase. So it's gonna take a while. And it's really ridiculous because I thought that we would have seen that new briefcase by now. It's really confusing. Like it should have been a thing from the first night of SmackDown after Money in the Bank. They could have had a segment in which they destroyed the briefcase the first SmackDown after Money in the Bank. And then on the second episode of SmackDown, she has the new look for the briefcase. This is what I would have preferred. But simply because of that, like this is the only reason why I think that she's not cashing in, because they tease the new briefcase. And I don't think that we get to see the new briefcase on the pre-show. You know, the 14-hour pre-show they have for big events such as SummerSlam. And then, oh yeah, that's a really cute briefcase, and then just waste away on this.
Yeah.
I don't know. This has the potential to open up the show, although I really think that Logan Paul and LA Knight will be actually the match that will open up the show. They haven't specified yet, correct?
As of now, they have not.
Okay, so I can see LA Knight and Logan Paul opening up the card, the main card. Do they have they announced matches for the pre-show, or are they having zero matches on the pre-show
They
this
haven't
time?
announced any pre-show matches, if there are
Okay,
any
okay,
pre-show matches. And if they do have pre-show matches, I hope Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa get a match, because
sure.
Johnny Gargano really wants to wrestle at SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Yes.
And
Well, he will wrestle in Cleveland tonight,
yeah, I
but
know, but
it's a different thing.
yes,
Like
I
they can
want him.
easily have a silly disqualification tonight, or
Yeah,
no, like fuck finish or whatever Caden used to call it. Um, and they can have the actual match on the pre-show tomorrow. There's room. So like, is this a 7 match card?
yes, 7 card match, seven
There
seven
we
match
go.
card rather. Thank you. 7 card match. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So, yeah, I Nia Jax will beat Bayley. I'm heartbroken, by the way, because I was so pumped when Bayley won the championship at WrestleMania. It was so good, such a wonderful moment. Her winning Royal Rumble was amazing. And now all of a sudden, like it hasn't been, I feel like she's been champion for 2 weeks, but she really hasn't. She's been champion for a while now. I just cannot, you know, pinpoint a specific defense and a specific feud in her title reign, which sucks big time donkey balls because Bailey is one of my favorites. I've been incredibly disappointed with the way she was booked, and I feel like Bailey deserves better. Um, every time I get uh, like someone proves that she's the weakest built horsewoman in WWE. Like they pushed all three immensely, but like somehow Bailey always got left behind. It's really sad. Bailey is one of the best women's performers that WWE have. She also put the entire company on her back during the pandemic.
Yes.
She deserves way more. Hopefully we get to see more of her in the near future, more storylines with her, more things that make sense, you know.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
But you think we get a cash in?
Well, a lot of people in chat made good points that a would you want to see the cash in happen like this far? I guess this far in advance, like this, like keep that, like basically not have it around as like a crutch for, like, if you get rid of it this quickly, you already lose basically your two. You lose your two briefcases already, right?
Yeah,
On
but
Raw.
having in mind that with Tiffany holding the briefcase, there's a lot of build you can do and a lot of storytelling you can do with Nia and Tiffany. And Tiffany will be so good in
Yeah.
this.
The only thing is, I would be fine with them waiting as long as they don't do it the way they did it with Judgment Day, where
Oh,
they,
absolutely. Yes.
and I'm saying like once or twice is fine, where they, where like she's gonna do it, but something happens. That's fine. I just don't want it to be as many times. I do agree with Marky Mark in the that there is a lot of storyline potential here. So
Exactly. Like they can stretch it out so much. And also, again, I put all my faith into Tiffany because like she can pull this off.
yeah,
Yes.
if okay, so I think you got to keep. I was thinking Nia was gonna win this if the title was gonna change hands. Like if Tiffany Stratton was leaving with that title, I thought she was gonna basically cash in on Nia. I think Bayley leaves with this title still. So I've changed my
This has
mind.
to be a record for you.
Yeah, I think Bayley leaves with the title. I think people made a good choice on this, and they
This
talked
has to
sense
be
in
a
me.
personal record for you, Rob. You
Yeah, it
changed your
might be.
mind in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it might be. But they made a good they made a good point, and I see
Our
that point now.
wonderful chat, changing your mind in a matter of seconds, just tells them that you haven't thought this through, Robert.
No, I thought it through, and that's for the longest time. That's what I had. But the thing is I believe this is the best way. This is what's best for business. I think the storyline potential with Nia and Tiffany is pretty good. And then you could still maybe do some things with Bayley and Bianca if you want to. There's still stuff there eventually that they kind of haven't touched on. So,
Um, they would have, you could have said that they were planting seeds for something in the near future, or they blatantly forgot that they started something, and then their ADHD'd it all the way and just started doing something else,
true.
forgetting about everything that happened.
Yeah. All right. So we move on to our next match. Samuel Zayn defending
Yeah,
his Intercontinental title against Bronathan Breaker. Braun Breaker. I want Sami Zayn to retain so bad, but I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either.
Son of a. Braun Breaker wins, and I hate that.
I really don't. I mean, I will forever be incredibly impressed with everything that Braun Breaker does in the ring. He's um, one of the odd ones out when it comes to NXT call-ups. You could make a point for Ilya Dragunov being the one of these people too. Uh, I mean, he got called up to the main roster and he main evented Raw more than once after that, and like that's a big thing. We haven't seen much of him recently, which I suppose will be added into a storyline in the near future for that same championship. I do agree with you, however, that my money is on Braun Breaker winning the Intercontinental Championship from Sami Zayn. Um, the way they got to this rematch was it was either going to be a hit or a miss because it was so weird. uh, Braun Breaker came to the ring and said to Sami, I lost clean. There is no reason for. After staring at him for half an hour, by the way, it was so awkward, so awkward. And he's like, "There's zero reason for me to demand a rematch," and then he just beat his ass. Um, at first, I was really uh not okay with this, but at the same time, this is actually what Braun is good at, like beating people up. He's incredibly fast. Commentary will never shut up about the speed in which he runs the ropes. And I will never shut up when I mean to tell you Ben Carter works for your company and you talk about the fastness of Braun Breaker. The nerve, the nerve, okay? So, yes, I will bet on Braun Breaker myself too. Uh, it's probably gonna be a really fun match. I know I enjoyed the hell out of their first one, but the thing is, I don't remember anything specific from it. Um, do you think that any stipulation gets added to this match?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
okay.
I mean, I'm not. It.
That being said, are we doing a pre-show tomorrow?
We will have to talk about it because I don't know.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we
Put
will.
you on the
We
spot
will.
there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, okay. I was gonna forget. Okay, if I didn't ask you, I was gonna forget. We
yeah.
need to tell our people.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. So,
Yes, yes.
but but yeah, Braun Breaker I think gets the win here.
Okay.
So I see some people put most people put Braun. I saw one person put Ricochet comes back. I don't see that one happening, but I'd be okay with it. I just don't see it happening. Oh, that was bonkers. Yeah, I'd be okay with it, but I just don't see it happening. We have a super chat from our friend Just Ricardo. He says, "I'm late. It's Maggie's fault. Love you, Mags." So, hey,
My fault.
hey, if they send a super chat, we will blame you for everything. Just
So I'm your whore.
hey, if they send a super chat blaming me for something, I'll be their whore too. So there you go.
Okay. Okay.
So
Fair.
yeah, I'm willing to do that. I'm a team player.
Yeah, it says it right here. I'm a little whore. So like that's
Good God, forgot about that. That's been on there a
yeah.
while. All right, we will move on to our next match.
Here we go.
Dominic Mysterio on a pole match. Liv Morgan, Rhea
Here we
Ripley
go.
for the women's. What do they call this title? This one's not the WWE. Is this the women's World Women's Heavyweight Championship? I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't remember.
Marky, please, you're gonna have to tell this one again.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it the Raw one. So
Yeah, I feel like you're forever gonna call it the Raw one.
yeah, it's easier if they just do this for
Women's
me.
World Title. Thank you,
I was
Jade.
close. Thank you.
What the hell did you say?
I don't know. I said those words, just maybe not in that order, but I said them. So I was close. Anyways, Dominic Mysterio on a pole match.
Okay, fantasy book this entire situation for me. Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
So this is what I this that is true. I know they weren't going to call it heavyweights. I do know that part. Um, so this is what I think happens because I like to overbook the shit out of everything
Really?
because we're on overbooked. And what I think happens is I think Dominic screws Rhea over. And I think Liv uses that to her advantage after the match. She wants nothing to do with Dominic and she laughs at him. So Dominic's left with nothing. So Dominic's left with nothing. Rhea's left with no title. So she basically kills two birds with one stone there.
David Lynch. Okay.
There you go. So, and that's the thing. Finn Balor, we've seen the little Easter eggs in the background. Finn's been working with her the whole time. I think in the long run, I think Finn also cost, and this will I might will go head into it a little bit. Finn somehow cost Damian Priest his title, I think. So I think tomorrow's going to be very interesting in a lot of ways. Will it be the end of the Judgment Day? That I don't know.
So, never in my life would I have thought I would ever say this, but the Judgment Day have been so great. I've never enjoyed the Judgment Day more than I am enjoying them right now. And it's kind of weird for me to say it because I never got into anything up until this moment when Rhea Ripley got injured. She was put on the shelf, nursing a legitimate injury that Liv Morgan caused. Freak accident, by the way, like Liv, not her fault, but everything that they've done up until this point has been pure gold, and I am so here for this. I'm so simple. I enjoy soap operas. Um, just the story is there. Actually, absolutely everything that you said is what I believe is going to happen here because it makes all the sense in the world. Finn Balor um, talking with her in the background of other interviews, um, him, being, he was seen driving in a car with her. He stole her hotel key. And like they made a bit, like Pat McAfee made a huge deal out of that. Okay. Like he was circling stuff and arrows pointing to his pocket and everything. It was really good. Um, I do believe that Dominic costs Rhea Ripley because I kind of feel like Liv Morgan got under his skin. She pointed out everything that Rhea Ripley did not do for Dominic. And you can see the glass shattering in his mind. Although he kept saying that he loves his mommy and everything, then Priest says, "Don't blame me for you lying that you were in touch with her this entire time when you never called her, you never wrote her or anything." Damian Priest is having the time of his life with Judgment Day right now because like he's so enjoying this. He's really enjoying the drama. Damian Priest is us. So kudos to Damian for that. Um yes, Dominic Mysterio costing Rhea Ripley and thinking that he has his spot right next to Liv Morgan is the thing that I suppose that they're going for here. But Liv Morgan throwing him to the trash after he actually made her cry on national television. Does this the sci-fi count as national? No, they
Yeah.
were on
Well,
sci-fi. They
yeah. I
were
mean,
on
it's
sci-fi this week. They were like
yeah.
she burned all of his stuff, okay? She burned everything. And that is so like this is so into her character because everything that she has done up until now is so high school boy drama. And the thing is, I don't think that this character development between the Judgment Day and Liv Morgan would have been successful in the previous regime. I don't know about you, but I firmly believe that.
I don't think anything like, I mean, let's be honest here. Not much was successful in the previous regime.
Oh yeah, none
So,
of it.
but
Yeah,
the thing that I'm looking forward to the most out of all of this, like if let's say hypothetically that Judgment Day does end, the thing
yeah.
that I think is going to come out the best out of all of it is our truth thinking that the Judgment Day is still around.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. Like he basically has a storyline with DX, with DIY, and the Judgment Day. Everything. Like
Yeah, just keep it
it's right
going.
there for the take, and just keep it going. Like
Yep.
I never thought that I would enjoy our truth in 2024, but here I am. Yes. By the way, the thing that you said about Finn Balor, I also support that. Finn Balor will be right there to claim Liv Morgan. If did I say that correctly? Can I say that?
Claim.
I don't know if I can say
You
it.
can say what you want.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't mean it in a demeaning
Yeah,
way. I
to be by your
like
side.
yes. Like
Yeah.
they can. I don't know if they're gonna go with a love thing between Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. I don't know. It's all on them. Um, I can't picture a love story for Finn Balor because he's just one of the most awkward people on wrestling television. He's really, really awkward. And he tries desperately to be cool because he's just incredibly nerdy, okay? He as a person is incredibly nerdy and shy and everything, and he thinks that talking to a microphone like this is really hardcore, okay? And having that thing in his back pocket, the Judgment Day, what do you call it, like the tissue, like the hanky, what do you
Yeah.
call it, the
Handkerchief.
bandana,
Oh, the bandana.
hanky.
Okay. Well, I didn't know
Hanky
what you said,
panky.
hanky, so I was like handkerchief. I don't know.
No, like the bandana in his
Yeah.
in his back pocket. He thinks that's cool, and that's fine. Like I'm a bartender, and I keep a towel in my back pocket with my bottle opener. Am I cool? No, I was never cool. So Finn, no, sweetie, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. Yeah, so I don't know if he's gonna be okay in a love thing. I know Liv will be because like we've seen Liv Morgan in a love situation with Bobby Lashley and Rusev. I like I really wish
I
that I didn't know
I
or
forgot
remember
about
that.
that. Yeah, God, you
Yeah,
brought it up. Yeah.
and Lana just ended. Like this is like okay, we know that Liv can go. I did not mean it that way, but like yeah, we know, but like it's up to them to decide if they're gonna go with that.
You know what
We can
Lana is
move on because
backwards?
I can be more awkward for that.
You know what Lana is backwards? Anyways, we got two
Jesus
super
Christ.
chats. Just Ricardo says, I still want those negatives, Rob. Okay, yeah,
You
20
have
bucks.
to.
Yeah.
He's literally sending super chats.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Oh,
$18 more.
so okay, so I'm a whore when
Yeah, I'm
and you don't do anything.
no, yeah, true. Anyways, Van Twinblade says during the match, Rhea and Liv realize they love each other more than they love Dom. They both kick him in the junk and leave together.
There you go. Like Liv Morgan can hop on into Rhea's arms for the good old days,
And then
and they
Kathy
can
Kelly
kiss.
turns heel.
Yeah, and they can
Kathy,
kiss and everything.
oh man, that would be the best TV
Stop it.
ever.
No,
Wow,
it's not. It's pay-per-view. It's play. It's premium live. And Rob,
I'm
get
into it.
back here.
I'm all, I'm game. Let's go.
Yeah, as magical as this is going to be for a huge percentage of the audience, I don't think that that's the direction they're gonna go.
Uh,
I'm sorry, everyone, for
there'll be
damaging your dreams.
there'll be erections already. Oh, you said directions. Okay, never mind.
Yes,
Gotcha.
new directions. There needs to be a new direction for this story, okay? I
God.
am here to burst each and every one of your dreams, okay?
And if you need to burst,
Yes.
use Blue
Told
Chew
Sean
code
that we were
Fightful.
perfect for Blue
Yeah,
Chew.
yeah, we are. God. Yeah, that was a perfect one. If you need to
He's
burst,
just
use.
afraid. He's afraid that Blue Chew is gonna love us more than him.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably true.
Well, he's constipated in Cleveland, okay?
Hold on. How did this come up? Like well, technically his
He made
didn't.
fun of me for being short. In
Okay, but
hindsight, I hope you get constipated in Cleveland and
oh,
can't
there you
take the massive dump that you wanted to take in the Cleveland Stadium. Because for some reason,
go.
yeah, sweetie Van Twinblade, I believe in love. I love love, but love can go fuck itself in the ass from time to time.
Get, okay, well, that super chat that Van Twinblade sent was "Get on the love train, Maggie. Love wins." And Maggie just gave you that response, so thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we will move on.
It's why people are here, okay?
No, I know. That's why it's funny. So, but wait. So who? I didn't say who I think wins. I don't think. I think
Oh, Liv Morgan.
Okay.
Like, yes.
I
I don't think I said who's gonna win either, but yeah,
yeah
Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan retains
yeah.
here
I think Liv
by
wins.
via screwage.
Yeah,
It's
Liv
fuckery.
wins.
Yes.
Liv wins. Moving on.
Yes.
Damian Priest taking on the artist formerly known as Walter, aka Gunther.
Walter. Do you think he's gonna get called Walter by the audience in Germany?
I don't think so. Oh,
Okay.
nah, I don't think so. So that one is for the WWE World Championship.
You
So
got that right.
that one I got.
Yeah.
That one I got.
Who do you got?
And well, this one's tough because
Is it hard?
it's always hard, Maggie. Um,
Blue Chew.
yes. Anyways, I think for the longest time I was thinking Gunther. Like this was where they were going to put Gunther. And I
Oh
still
my
think that.
god.
I still think
Okay.
that. I think Gunther's going to get this victory because I think Finn Balor still screws over Damian Priest
Okay.
here. And I think that's how they do it because I think that's how they can still protect Damian Priest. And that's how they go. That's the route they go. Gunther can hold this title for a while until he loses it to John Cena. So there you go.
You think that John Cena will beat Gunther?
I think that's yeah.
I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off if this happens. And I'm gonna be pissed off at you. And I'm gonna quit the show if this happens.
He'll be existing with Rob.
You know what? I would much rather John Cena beat Cody Rhodes. I do not care. Suck it, Steven Jensen. I would much rather Cena beat Cody Rhodes because I do not think that Gunther should be pinned at all. Like, I think that ever since he signed to WWE, he's been a champion for 80% of that time. And it's probably true. Gunther, in my eyes, should be one of the most protected wrestlers ever. And I'm saying it having in mind that he's not my favorite wrestler in WWE. I'm saying it because the way he's been booked up until now, this is the only logical thing. I do think that Gunther will retain here. They still have to pay out everything they did with Vinci because they booed him out of Imperium. Kaiser is still there, but Vinci isn't. So there's a story in this. I suppose that he's gonna come back and go after Kaiser first, and then go after Gunther. But time will tell. Gunther.
Yeah, I think. See, I would be fine with Damian Priest winning. I'd be fine with Gunther winning. I just. I don't know. I don't. We did another super chat. Thank you, Ricardo. He says we did the math in the SGS, roughly 80%.
Thank you. I will, because like I think that a couple of days ago I wanted to see how many days he was signed in WWE, and then do the math and add up. 80% of the time that you're in a certain company that you're a champion for is incredibly impressive. Thank you, Ricardo, for that. Um, incredibly, incredibly impressive.
All right. Interesting.
Yes, by the way, sour grapes is for life. Like that's a totally
Yeah.
different community with your puns and everything. I love sour grapes.
They're good people over there.
Yes, they are.
All right. We are almost done with SummerSlam. Got 2 matches left. We have Cookie Monster Punk, CM Punk taking on Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. Maggie, who you got? Why you got him?
I think this is a really hard one. Because CM Punk told Seth Rollins on this episode of Raw, because Seth Rollins wanted to gather the committee and he wanted them both to be in the ring so he can lay down the rules. And I'm like, that's stupid, but I will never say no to that because it's Seth on the mic, and that's fine. Um, Seth said that whatever he wants goes, and while I'm all up for that, um I agree because it's like this match doesn't need wrestling. I mean, it's a blood feud and they haven't even touched each other, okay? And it's a blood feud. Um CM Punk said something that kind of telling. CM Punk told Seth Rollins that he didn't want a pity win. Like he didn't want Seth Rollins to help him beat Drew McIntyre. And I do actually think this is the direction that they're going for. Um I I feel like this is the most over that Drew McIntyre has been in WWE. People are talking about the guy. He takes like trolling decisions and then deletes them from Twitter, which I assume is incredibly well calculated. I I do believe that CM Punk has been on board with absolutely everything that Drew McIntyre has said on the microphone, on social media, etc. Uh, CM Punk seems incredibly happy in the place that he is right now, and this makes me happy because as a wrestling fan, I want the wrestlers to have fun, whatever they're doing. I I will go with CM Punk here. There will be a ton of fuckery in this match. Don't get me wrong, there will be. Uh, and I'm excited what they're gonna be. Um, Seth Rollins better be a referee in a referee gown, okay? I will take nothing less. That's it.
Yeah.
Who do you got?
Oh, man, this is a tough one because CM Punk needs to win badly, but also Drew McIntyre needs to win badly, in my opinion. Uh, because because no matter what, Seth Rollins Seth Rollins and CM Punk are the next feud. Like I think we already know that. That's the feud that is going on next. And I think it's obvious. So, in my eyes, CM Punk can afford to lose to Drew. He can afford to lose because we already know what feud he's going into. My thing is, if Drew loses, who does he go into a feud with? He can't go in with Gunther or Drew, or excuse me, Gunther or Damian. He can't go there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Don't really know where he goes into a feud with. That makes like sense. So it's a really, really hard one like to decide on. Like this match is.
It is. Like their build towards this match has been so good that I can see both people winning and at the same time both people losing. I would like to address some chats that Van Twinblade said that no Maggie at SummerSlam, ref crop top and booty shorts. I will say absolutely yes to that. Boris said, "Would you accept a referee cape or a referee kilt? I will accept none of these because a cape is Cody's thing, kilt is Drew thing. No, Seth Rollins needs to be in a fucking ball gown. Okay, it's it's the only thing that he still hasn't done. And like, okay, so on Raw he wore a uh, zebra shoes. They're like, oh, even his boots, even his shoes have stripes. And I'm like, it's a zebra print. You fashion noobs, assholes. It's zebra. Damn it.
Fashion noobs.
What a bunch of dorks.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this is tough, but and Drew, and Joe says it right. Like Drew will completely snap if he loses,
Yes.
and he could go feud with anyone really, and that is true. But my thing is, like, who's gonna feud with him? Like, I mean, that's my thing. Like, who will? I mean, I don't know. So I still haven't really decided. I
You
think
still haven't decided, Robert.
I think Drew gets the win because I think Seth Rollins cost CM Punk by
I
accident.
can go either way. I'm just
I
picking
think we're
Punk
getting
because.
I think we're getting 97 SummerSlam. Like I think Shawn Michaels like hits
Oh,
Undertaker and he
I
gets
get, I
pissed that
get
he
it.
has to make a count and there we go. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. I can see
So
that. Mhm.
yep, there we go.
Main event.
Main event it up. The main event. Cody, don't you dare call him Homelander Rhodes taking
I
on
still haven't
Solo.
watched the last season of
Okay, so no
The Boys.
spoilers. Solo Sikoa.
Um, so I guess everyone is on the same page here when we say that Cody Rhodes is winning. The important thing is Roman Reigns returning. Like I feel like that's the talking point here.
Yes. And I
Have
think
they
he's.
hinted? Have they hinted towards a possible? I feel like because everyone's talking about it, and if they weren't gonna deliver Roman Reigns, they would have said so, right?
I. Who knows? I think they've built it up to it. I think we'll find out
Okay.
tonight. So this is okay. So let's go into this. What I would like to see happen tonight is I want Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa to win. What I'd like to see happen, how they win, and I know it's like they need to win they need to pin them like to make themselves look good.
Mhm.
No, this is what I want. I want Jimmy Uso to help them win. Is what I want. That's what I want. Damn it. That's what I want, and that's what I care about.
I know what I want, and I want it now.
So that's what I'd like to see Jimmy tonight super kick the shit out of one of those two guys, if not both. Because Tama Tonga can get pinned. Whatever. Let him take the loss. You're fine. Then tomorrow night, hopefully they don't have a repeat of what happened at Clash at the Sandcastle. And they do the pin count and all of a sudden the music doesn't hit. But we need that Roman Reigns music to hit, and Solo Sikoa like, I don't know what the hell that was, but okay. That was not. You go back and listen to that. That was not. That was not what you think it was.
Okay, I can get a higher pitch. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
don't
a
know
different kind of vocal. Okay.
Yeah.
So like people aren't here for my singing voice. I can sing, by the way. I'm just
You
I
can
was
sing.
just
You
trying
can
not to, okay?
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's
You can
what
definitely
he
sing. I
said.
know that, but
Yeah.
anyways, um,
Yes, Corey. You are correct. Like this this was a dog who got his paw stuck in a mousetrap.
this could be two. Like I could see this too, but I would prefer to see Jimmy cost him. Yeah. So, but anyways, like that's what I want. And yes, I do want Roman to come out tomorrow. And I would like to see him either cost Solo. I would be okay with Cody winning, like by himself. Like I'd be okay with that. I just think the way that we've seen Bloodline win so many times with interference, I think it'd be kind of funny to see them lose by interference too. You know, like what I mean? Like I think it would be, I think it'd be interesting. So I do think we see Roman Reigns return, and I know Cleveland Brown Stadium does not have a roof, but I think the roof would be blown off tomorrow once you hear that Roman Reigns.
It's a roofless stadium?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's supposed to rain, I believe, if the weather hasn't changed. So, I mean, weather changes, we know that, but
Well, better Cleveland than London, so
anyways, yeah. So that's what I got going on. What about you, Maggie?
yeah, pretty much. Cody Rhodes will retain here. But I do believe that I do have a scenario in my head. Cody Rhodes beats Solo Sikoa, but Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline start beating the crap out of Cody, and then Tribal Chief comes out.
There you go.
Yeah.
But Cody leaves with the title, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And okay, so I did look at the weather forecast. It looks like it should be done raining by the time SummerSlam starts. I mean, there's a small percentage of rain, small possibility, but it's not as bad as it is earlier in the afternoon. So, there you go. There's your weather report.
With Rob.
Yeah, weather with Rob. So, there we are.
Yes.
So that's SummerSlam. What do you guys think? Do you think we see Roman Reigns tomorrow? Put it in chat. Let us know.
Put it in the chat and let us know what you think. Because we have to talk about something awful now.
Well, before we go into something awful, let's talk about something cool. How about this news that hit last night? Mark Henry's son, Jacob Henry, signs with the WWE. Congratulations to him. That kid grew up with wrestling. He been around that company all his life, you know, like for a few years. Obviously, his dad was with AEW since 2020, probably. You know, so it's pretty cool that he's probably obviously living a dream that he's wanted to do. Now, I don't know if he's doing like the NIL deal, like where he's just signing with the company while he still wrestles at the University of Oklahoma, but he will eventually be a WWE wrestler. Pretty cool, I think.
It is.
This is so very interesting to see. Like he I know Sean's had the opportunity to talk to him before. Sean said he's a really nice guy. So if he's like his dad, I know he's a he's a good guy because I've been able to talk to his dad at before Full Gear, and his dad was just really cool, really nice guy to talk to. So yeah, so congratulations to him, and that's really awesome when somebody gets to do something that they have always wanted to do. So just want to say shout out to him. And he's going to be learning from somebody. He's been able to watch all these years from one guy. That's a former world champion, and it'll be interesting to see where he can go with this, because we've seen what second generation stars can do in this industry, and he's definitely, his dad has a Hall of Fame resume. He is a Hall of Famer.
And salmon jacket.
Yeah, in a salmon jacket. So we'll see. But yeah. All right. So do you want to go ahead and talk about AEW?
Like, we have to.
Okay. Well, a future, as they talked about on your show, our favorite show, In the Weeds, a future AEW written all over it. Shane McMahon.
Oh my God, no.
There are rumors of Shane McMahon potentially joining AEW. Is it possible? Well, we know it's possible because he's met with Tony Khan recently at a Arlington, Texas airport. Did he sign anything? No. Do we know if he will sign with AEW? No, we don't. It's just a conversation. We know how Maggie feels about it, but she's going to tell you how she feels about it in a minute. Would it be weird to see Shane McMahon on a different wrestling program that is not WWE? Absolutely. Would it be smart business sense for AEW to bring in Shane McMahon? Yeah, I think it would be smart business sense, but how long's the benefit? Because I don't see it being beneficial for a long-term thing. I could see it being a short-term beneficial for them. I don't see it being long-term. I mean, is Shane a smart businessman? From what we've seen in the past, obviously he has. He left WWE in the early 2000s and did his own thing for a long time, and then he came back to the company. Do I see him? Who knows what he does? Like, if he does go to AEW and does things in the back, who knows? Would it be weird to see that? Absolutely. It would be very weird to see a different McMahon working for a different company. Is he doing it as leverage? Because I think WWE would do anything. I don't think WWE cares. Like, they'd be okay with not having a McMahon around, in my opinion. I don't think they care about the lineage thing. That's my idea of it, behind it. Maggie, I'm going to let you go, because I know this is something that you hold dear to your heart.
Yes, I waited a long time to talk about this.
But before you do, we do have a super chat that I will read here. Let's go to those. Just Ricardo says, we've also seen what second generation wrestlers can't do too. That is true. That is very true. He also says McMahon is
So
all
true.
elite, would break the web. That would break the web for.
It will break me.
It would break Maggie too. It would break the web for a day or two, maybe a week. So.
Because let me start off by saying that Rob and I, or nor anyone else for that matter, has any idea what's about to happen, if it's about to happen at all, if he's gonna be a part of AEW, if yes, on what capacity. Is he going to be an on-screen talent or behind the scenes? We have no idea what this is going to be, okay? But I reserve my right to rant for a bit because it's Shane McMahon, okay? Um, First of all, Shane McMahon, there's one thing about him that really pops me, and that's his entrance theme. Because Here Come the Money is like makes me want to dance, and I've danced a lot to this theme. So he's probably not gonna be allowed to use that theme in AEW if he does end up being on screen on AEW. So right out of the gate, they take away the only thing that pops me when it comes to Shane McMahon. Because do you know what will never pop me? This will never pop me, Rob. It's like Scrappy Doo fighting his dinner. Okay? And this is a man who has legitimate MMA training, by the way. He was sparring before his match against the Undertaker. No one has ever popped for Shane McMahon besides that one time when he came back after a lifetime ago, you know? And they started talking about a box of something, and they like never referenced this again. A lockbox containing something that made his dad shiver in the ring. And we have no idea what that's all about. Um I I don't think this is funny anymore, Rob, because like I just this will bring buzz to AEW. It like I feel like if he's a part of the learning tree, it will be extremely funny to me. Extremely funny to me because I know what the learning tree is supposed to be, and I'm gonna enjoy it if they directly push Shane O'Mac in there, right in there. Um, so I I have no fucking clue what he's supposed to bring to the table at fucking all, okay? But because I am nothing but flexible, okay? I actually made a list of things that he can actually do in AEW because I want to be helpful. You know, that's what I do. So, the first thing that's it's kind of absolutely freaking obvious is that he can directly go into a storyline with Christian in the patriarchy because they can mention his dad, okay? Your dad, and someone interrupts him. This is actually a pitch that came out of Sean's mouth. And it's kind of great because like Christian doesn't even have to mention his dad's name whatsoever. The other thing that by the way, these are all incredibly sarcastic, but not really. So he can buy Ring of Honor. He can book Dynamite Underground. He can hire a wrestler. He can name it Bron, just so he can say Braun once again, and I can just kill myself. And he can also book himself to beat Kenny Omega. So, see, a lot of stuff, like those are all amazing pitches, which I believe that he's capable of doing, okay? All of them while doing his fucking punches, okay? Oh, does this hurt you? No! The air isn't even broken from this. I do hope that this actually I always, don't get me wrong, guys. I always enjoy when I'm not right about something that pisses me off. I would like nothing more than to have an incredible experience when I'm watching wrestling. Um, all the experiences that he's had in WWE during his last run, not so great. I know that it's a totally different thing in another company. Uh, again, we are talking about something that hasn't even happened yet. But I would like to rant beforehand because I would hate it if I waste a rant. Okay, I
Yeah.
I would hate that. Um, yeah. So this is actually all my 2 cents about the story.
All right. There you go. So something that just came out, PW Insider just posted about Hardy Boys WWE update. Matt and Jeff Hardy met with WWE officials earlier today in Cleveland, Ohio. PW Insider can exclusively confirm. We are told that the Hardys met with WWE early this morning. So Mike Johnson of
Okay.
PW Insider reported that. Interesting. I always pictured them going back, like, eventually. Not saying it was going to be, like, forever. I mean, I just pictured it happening one day. I don't know. Anyways, that'd be
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
Yes.
Uh, let's see here. Bum. Maggie. You know, for the most part, we don't talk about personal things, like
Yes.
wrestlers' personal things, because wrestlers have lives outside of the ring and they get to do what they get to do. But because it came into the wrestling world, um, there's some news that came out recently about a wrestler getting suspended. Britt Baker was suspended recently. It came out today. Fightful Select reported that she was suspended due to an argument with MJF and Alicia Atout. Something that happened backstage a couple weeks ago. It sounded like it was during the either the week. It was timeline wise. I couldn't tell if it was the day of the MJF Osprey match or if it was the week after. I couldn't tell, but there was some kind of disagreement or argument that took place. Fightful Select um, went a little bit more into detail with it. Dave Meltzer reported it last on the Observer early this morning, like was the first report about it, and then Fightful like added more to it. So I want to make sure that's clear that we weren't the first to report it. Um, so there's a lot going in on that as far as like what's going on. Britt Baker was said to be upset with some of the news that got out of the locker room from the women's locker room from Alicia making it over to it sounds like MJF or it just leaving the locker room in general. I don't know the the do's and don'ts of the wrestling locker room, so I don't know like I know from what I've seen in WWE and just stories and stuff like that. It's like one of those things. What happens in the locker room stays in the locker room type thing, and I don't. I assume that probably happens in other companies. What have you read much about this, or do you know much about this? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've read the Fightful Select article. I usually like those types of stories are really not for me because like I this sounds really like a personal thing. And the only thing like I don't even need to know that someone's been suspended. Like I feel like that is not of my business. I understand people's need to gossip or like of about certain stuff like this. I have no idea what locker room
Etiquette and
rules are.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I believe that each and every locker room has its own set of rules, untold, unwritten rules, you know.
Yeah.
Mm, but one of to me one of the simplest things is if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you've been together for some time, if you hear something bad said about them, you go and tell them. Like, I usually I will never say that this is a snitch thing. I don't know if Alicia and Britt Baker are friends whatsoever, and if they're not, Alicia Toot has zero loyalty towards Britt Baker, and she can obviously go and tell her significant other. But again, those are things that have nothing to do with wrestling, with their well-being, their health, or whatever. I'm not saying that I have a right to know about their health or anything, but like, I would like to know if something, this can obviously be something that will get in the way of things unraveling in the future. I get it, because apparently Britt Baker and MJF were buddies up until recently, and they had a falling out. I never want to hear stuff like that, because like, falling out with friends isn't great. It is something incredibly human. Um, but yeah, that's my 2 cents about it. It's I'm okay with not knowing anything more about this, because again, it's I don't think that it's something that concerns us as fans. But again, I understand the jibber jabber and the gossip. I don't mean that in a bad way, by the way. Like, we're human, like a part of society. We need to know that gorgeous people like MJF and Britt Baker and Alicia to have problems just like ours. So this is probably what's it all about.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, it's. I'm gonna read the full thing for clarification, and um, I'm seeing some people say that Day wasn't the first to report it, so I don't know who was. So if somebody else did it, that's fine. I'm just going with where I read it first. So if somebody else did it first, more power to them. Anyways, I'm going to just read the full thing real quick. So, several weeks ago, an argument between Britt Baker and MJF occurred. The word internally was that Baker exercised frustration about MJF within the women's locker room. Word made it back to MJF as his girlfriend Alicia Atout was in the room. The details are he said, she said at this point, but we're told that there were confrontations with Britt Baker approaching Atout as well as MJF and Baker. At one point, Will Ospreay also spoke with Baker, but we were told that was not heated. Word was that Baker also took issue with Atout telling MJF about what was said in the locker room. There was a claim from one person in the locker room that Baker cursed at Atout and wanted to kick her out of the locker room for discussing the conversation. An argument broke out between MJF and Baker, which resulted in MJF punching a wall before his hour-long match. He had to be taped up more than usual as a result. The previous close friends Baker and MJF had a falling out at some point in the last year. HR got involved in the situation, which actually happened several weeks ago. Baker has appeared on TV since then, but was legitimately suspended. We have spoke to some near the situation that MJF entered the women's locker room to have the conversation. This is a situation that will have two very different sides to it. We've asked why MJF was also not suspended, and we were told an investigation was conducted and numerous witnesses were interviewed, and the suspension was decided on. The claim internally from AEW was that the suspension led to one side's version of the events being supported, though we have spoken to talent that claim otherwise. The issue in general is divisive, um, and most talent that we've heard from were over it already and hope to move on, with one saying they thought they left this kind of thing in the past. Baker is still planning to wrestle at AEW All In.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
there you go. So,
Um on a way different side of this story still, but like a way different thing is, um,
Oops, computer.
I I do feel like um it's nice to see people taking actions about something that's going on in the locker room. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I love Britt Baker as a competitor. I don't know Britt Baker as a person. I was never there. I could never take sides. I could never tell you, oh, that's bullshit or that's not or that's fake or anything. I wasn't there. I have no way of saying which one is right and which one is not right. But actions being taken from a thing that occurred backstage in the locker room, it's nice to see this. A bit late, but welcome nonetheless.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Bryan Danielson taking on Jeff Jarrett next week?
Yeah. Um,
Why?
well,
Why is this happening?
why? Because it's a match that we need, Maggie.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Jeff.
It's
Yep. Jeff
never.
Jarrett.
It's never a match that we need.
In.
I never needed this match. I never asked for this match ever in the history of wrestling. Okay, there's one thing though. I will give it to Jeff Jarrett. Dude is
Wait.
one of
Wait.
the
Wait.
these.
Wait. 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 What's that? Who? Who?
JE double F JA double E double blah blah blah. Do I get paid for this?
At a girl. At a girl. At a girl. That's my Kate. I love you for that.
She did
There you go.
half of it, and that's what matters.
She did, but like, it's. I love you, Kate. You're so great. Yes. So,
So I still
Jeff
have
Jarrett
like
is what?
50% of my blackmail like left on her.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she still owes me. It didn't really work out the way I wanted to, but
I mean, this is the best one. Okay. This is probably the best one. Um, Jeff Jarrett is probably one of the safest wrestlers out there right now. So he can legitimately take care of Bryan Danielson, even if all the medical staff tell Bryan Danielson not to wrestle up until all in, just so he can stay, healthy 100%. Uh, all jokes aside, Jeff Jarrett, one of the safest people in the ring. He will take care of Bryan Danielson. Nothing will happen. Of course, I realize this. Match is gonna be okay, but like one thing that left an incredibly sour taste in my mouth, and this is Darby Allin beating Hangman Adam Page clean in the middle of the ring, and it's pissing me off immensely because I've been on our show being incredibly transparent when it comes to Darby Allin and saying that I am not the demographic for this guy. And I have no idea why they're pushing him so much. Like he won a number one contenders uh, casino battle royale for whoever is champion at Grand Slam, and he's gonna face that someone at Grand Slam, either Swerve Strickland or Bryan Danielson. He also gets a TNT championship opportunity against Jack Perry at All In at Wembley. Of course, yeah, sure, why not? And then he beats Hangman Adam Page clean. Like he gets, and this is pretty much John Cena, okay? Like the moment everyone started to turn on the guy, he got beaten for 80% of the match. He got the crap beat out of the guy. And then he does like 2.5 moves and a weird looking roll up pin, and he wins the match. Basically, when you see one Darby Allin match, you've seen them all. And I'm exaggerating. It's not That's I'm kind of I'm only kind of kidding. You know, like I don't like his matches, but I watch them nonetheless because the dude sincerely wants to die in the ring, and that's what makes him incredibly entertaining. And I get it. But this type of wrestling is not for me. Doesn't mean that it's not for everyone else. I'm glad that people enjoy him and he's entertaining for people, and this is what matters at the end of the story. People like me who don't like Darby Allin are extremely rare, so this is not a bad thing. I'm just not. I just don't get it, guys. I really don't, and I understand that Hangman Adam Page is probably one of the best characters in AEW because like he was there from the get-go. He was the first person to get a championship opportunity and everyone knew that he wasn't winning. Like it was always going to be Chris Jericho. But like his character has gone through so much and he always thinks he's right up until that one time with the Dark Order where he thought he was the worst thing on this planet and he legitimately went through the heel tunnel
Yeah.
because he thought that he was a piece of shit. But yeah, I suppose a lot of stuff is about to happen for AEW, so probably Darby Allin isn't gonna be my only, my biggest fear during Dynamite. So we're about to see probably, okay, if Darby Allin tries to outdo Shane McMahon when it comes to suicide in the ring, I'm probably gonna start liking the guy. That's probably the only way. That's about it.
I understand, but yeah, I think that pretty much we got one last super chat here. Subi says, "Don't worry, Rob. I'll fix the Kate audio. I want it. Thank you."
You. Damn it! I couldn't even mute my microphone for that cough. I thought we were friends, Mark.
Yeah.
Why?
But
I love Kate.
anyways, guys, that's gonna be our show today. I think we covered everything. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. But yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, Maggie?
No, I rented a normal amount of time, normal for me. So yeah.
All right, sounds good, guys. Well, Maggie, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, I almost felt like you were about to end the show without us plugging your shit. Guys,
I almost did.
You almost did there. Guys, you can follow me on Twix or X or Twitter or whatever at Maggie_IK and on Instagram at Maggie.IK. Thank you so much, Rob.
Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on X. I'm also on Instagram at FightfulRob, along with Threads at FightfulRob. Want to say thank you for tuning in today. We will be back next week to talk about SummerSlam, talk about everything that went on and more. Want to say thank you again for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. As far as SummerSlam pre-show tomorrow, you would think I would know by now to think about this stuff in advance, but I did not plan it that well again. So just stay tuned to my Twitter account or the Fightful account, and you'll find out if we're doing it, because I can't plan worth a damn. But other than that, want to say thank you very much. We will see you again next week right here on Fightful Overbooked. Thank you, guys. We will see you next week. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. You can check out all our previous episodes on your favorite podcast platforms or youtube.com/FightfulOverbooked.